What the fuck? Bruh. Now my feed is just people dying. That's crazy. Chad, don't get mad. Chad, I want to see, Chad. Chad was linking me this like 80 times. Let me just see a little bit. Just want to see it. Just want a couple.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s.
Colonialists.
Yeah,
I wasn't one guy. I wasn't one guy.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about?
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Today. Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
I'm Mehdi Hassan. I'm a journalist. I'm the editor of Zeteo. And today I'm surrounded by 20 far-right conservatives.
Far right? Why far right though?
My first claim is Donald Trump.
Anybody that's far is like way out there. That's bad dialogues. Bro, everybody that's far is like, that's kind of crazy, you know? I feel like far right, far doesn't matter. That's far is too far.
Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal.
Wait, you said what? These are like rage bait questions, though. I feel like that's rage bait shit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mehdi.
I would just like to ask, what makes someone pro-crime versus, anti-crime?
True, good question. Actually,
when
I don't mind
you're
that.
soft on criminals, when you let criminals out of prison, when you pardon people who've assaulted police officers, you're pro-criminal. Donald Trump pardoned almost 1,600 people who were involved in January the 6th. I think 600 of them had been...
Chat, this is a very difficult stance for him to defend. This guy. This was that because if you establish that as what's a pro-crime, whatever, then at that point, then this guy should be mad about everybody. That's like all the mayors and the whatever in California, all the whatever. Even he probably doesn't even agree with any of the blue states that he probably claims he does, because they're not tough on crime at all. They just troll.
Charged with assaulting a police officer or obstructing a police officer. 170 had pled guilty to assaulting a police officer. 70 had pled guilty to assault with a deadly weapon. J.D. Vance said, we're not going to pardon the violent criminals from January 6th. Donald Trump pardoned all of them. Are you okay with that?
I would say January 6th is a very special case. I would say it's almost a climax point in history. I would just phrase the question this way. Right now in the LA protests, if they were to, just for example, they were to rush the capital of LA, I mean, they'd have to move over all the homeless people living in tents on the steps of the Capitol. But if they were managed to get into the Capitol and they were just protesting, peacefully.
He said rush the capital of LA?
Peacefully, let's say police officers were rushing them in. They were letting them in and saying, hey, you guys can go in, like we have many testimonies that say.
What about the violent ones, though?
Okay, violent ones like
Like a man named David Dempsey, a judge, a Reagan-appointed judge, sentenced him to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers' heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally egregious. He attacked police officers with flagpoles and pepper spray. Donald Trump pardoned him. There's a man named Daniel Rodriguez. He got 12 years in prison for taking a stun gun and tasing a police officer in the neck and giving him a heart attack. The judge said he was a one-man army of hate. Donald Trump pardoned him. Does that not make Trump pro-criminal?
Why though? What happened?
I would say no, it doesn't make him pro-criminal.
You're okay with that?
I did not say that. I said that one pardon against somebody.
It was 1,600 pardons. 600 of those
were
people charged
one
with...
example that you...
Why? It just makes him a dumb fucker. It doesn't mean that it... I'm gonna be honest with you. It makes him irresponsible, like a dumb fucker. Pro-crime is a very wide... It's a tough stance to defend. It's
just
it's
gave
going to be
I'll
hard.
give you more. Should I keep going?
Fine. I'll say the exact same thing every single time.
Then your argument will fall apart because it's not just one example if I keep going.
Go for it.
Okay, then every president, everybody other is all pro-crime. Everybody is then. To that standard, everybody is then. Then everybody's pro-crime then. And if you have that as an argument, then why do you make it a big deal when it's Donald Trump or this or that? Just do nothing then. Then just go as... because you don't talk about these things because it doesn't. It's
Okay,
whatever.
Shane Jenkins got 7 years in prison for 9 criminal offences, attacking police with a deadly weapon, destroying government property.
How do
Trump pardoned
pardons
him.
that probably shouldn't have happened turn into pro-crime?
So you've agreed that they shouldn't have been pardoned?
Sure, but
More examples. Fucking like all the petty thefts and shit. Like no sense for that, and how lenient they are. Fucking Biden pardoning his brothers, even though he said he wouldn't. Shit like that. That's fair enough. How is that the same thing? If you that's crime. I mean, that's crime. That is crime. Oh, but that one is not as violent. That one isn't as whatever. Yeah, it is what it. I mean, you can say whatever you want. The simple fact, the absolute basic shit. Oh, these guys are illegals. Oh, we don't care about that. Whatever. Yeah, okay, that's pro-crime because that is a crime. If I say fuck my O1 visa, I don't have a visa anymore, right? I'm gonna jump the border and go to the United States, right? That's a crime. That is de facto a crime. Anybody who justifies that and let me through would be pro-crime. In this case, everybody's pro-crime. Left, right, president, everybody's pro-crime. So don't act like you care about people that are pro-crime or not.
that wasn't your claim. Was January 6th? Your claim was Trump is pro-crime.
Yeah, because he pardons criminals.
Okay, I would say that that's a fault.
Let's talk about non-January 6 people.
Okay.
He's pardoned people like Paul Walchak recently, who took millions of dollars from his own employees, was sentenced to tax crimes, had to pay back $4 million. Trump pardoned him. He bought himself a $2 million yacht. Why is he pardoning criminals like that?
Well,
True.
I don't know. I don't think you should. I don't think really presidential pardon should be a thing at all. But I
agree.
I don't think that.
All right, pause.
That means something.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thanks.
I feel like a lot of these pardons should go under the radar. Like, if somebody gets pardoned, it should be everywhere. I think people should make a good job, the media, to put that shit way up there. Like, and hold people accountable. That shit's busted. I think that's fucking straight trash. Don't get me wrong. Any pardon, I think that are just usually 9% of it straight trash. Fuck everybody who's doing it. And that is everybody. Donald Trump, whatever the fuck, everybody doing it is trash.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Mehdi.
What is it?
Mehdi.
You're from northern UK, I guess?
I'm from London, North London.
It's corrupt.
Fair enough. What's your ethnic background, if you don't mind my asking?
My parents are from India.
Okay, perfect. Just getting premise here. First of all, I want to say
The premise of Donald Trump being pro-crime.
No. I want to concern myself with why you care about what's happening in the U.S. first and foremost. Secondly, I want to say this: with the argument,
should people who live in the U.S. not care about?
Let's not interrupt each other because I have this thing. Like people know, I have this thing. I have to stay calm. Okay, so here's the thing: I am happy that he released J6. In fact, so much so that I was prepared to protest if he didn't.
Okay.
So when you say, are you okay that he's pro-crime? Sure, because you know what? We're changing the definition of what crime is, first and
You
foremost.
don't think stomping on police?
I feel like a lot of these like far right guys, if they just let go of this like J6 thing, if they just let go of this like, pardon these guys, we were there for freedom, whatever, it would make them look like so much smarter, so much better. Why are they all dying on this hill of brain dead J6 shit? You're fucking stupid, buddy.
Police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think
dumb
it's
fuck, like,
no longer a
let
relevant
go of it, dude.
conversation anymore. You're
Really?
arguing. No, it's not, because you know what? Okay, have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, I've
BLM
lived
protests.
there for a
Have you
while.
seen? Okay, I myself have been involved in these protests. I've seen egregious things that you couldn't even imagine.
So we
being
have no
done
rules
to
then?
conservatives. It's not about that. It's
it
about
about?
tribal warfare.
Okay.
That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own stakes.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American.
If you validate and empower illegal protests and showing of any kind, you're in the wrong, and you're also pro-crime. That's J6. That's all the fucking bullshit LA protests that they fucking turn bad. It's all of them. That's my stance. I think that's
This
my
isn't okay.
stance
Fair
with it.
enough. I don't know how
Yes.
you got that, but fair enough. Here's the thing.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the
Not
thing.
sure how you got that. Okay.
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the
Okay.
claim here. Okay.
But you're
a little different.
But you're
than
a
yours.
descendant of immigrants, settlers,
I didn't know.
colonialists.
Yeah,
You don't
colonials.
look, you don't
yeah.
look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're not.
Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
I think
What was
you're-
happening before the?
That's zero IQ. I mean, okay. What about all the waves of immigration from Europe? Fucking like I don't know, like Irish, Italian, all that shit. Whatever. These guys just, bro. Aren't these Europeans? You're not Native American. What does that even mean?
I think
That
you're
doesn't mean
getting
nothing.
confused
That's
with
just racist towards white and not white. That's just what it is. Like,
I don't mind going off on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here from
Do you know
Asia.
what indigenous means?
Listen, before
Indigenous
America,
people
Are
can't
you
come
gonna let
from
me
somewhere
finish?
else.
Why do you have?
I'm not a self-hating white. It's just I don't hate whites at all. I'm one of the only streamers that is actually vocal, but I don't like the C word. I don't think you should use it. I think it's. I'm not gonna get offended and cry about it. I don't give a shit. But I will say that I don't think you should be using it. I think as a display of character, as a what you do in society, I think it's bad to show that I'm gonna make people diminished for their skin color as a core concept. So when you do it for any race, then I think you should be doing it. It doesn't matter.
That's a question if you're going to interrupt.
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It means they came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an American?
I genuinely don't care. Yes, he is.
Okay, just checking.
My point is, okay?
Nothing to do with
How's
crime.
that
So
worst
far,
take?
you've agreed
It's
with me
simple.
that
Because
these
Because
are
you're
different.
derailing, dude. I'm trying
You
to stay
literally
on track.
sat down and asked me where
no.
I'm from. I think you.
It's about what you teach your society, what's okay and not okay. If you keep saying yes, you can do skin color equals bad if white. If you tell them that's okay, and skin color bad, black that's bad. Okay, then as a core concept, people only learn that so you can say skin color bad. Then that's bad. It's just a bad thing. Don't teach them that. Don't teach them that saying that somebody's skin color equals they're lesser is good. It's just stupid. I don't know why anybody gives me pushback about that.
I think you got offended by that, but I'm
not offended. I'm just wondering what it has to do with crime.
Well,
We're going to talk about immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime.
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm doing
Is this how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing.
Well,
That's
wait
what
till
you
you know what? I'm
20
actually
people
glad
agree with you.
you're
Applaud
emotionally
you.
outraged right
Wow.
now. This is great.
I love it.
Do I have to say anything at this point, or are you just going to keep going?
Please. Make it claim.
My claim is that I don't care if it's pro-crime. You want to go back to the topic of the conversation?
He's pro-crime.
But I have a
Yeah.
question for you, though. Do you care on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Yes.
Do you care about law being administered
Yes.
to the opposite side
Yes.
of
I
the
think anyone who assaults a police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crime. And I don't think Joe Biden should commit. I don't think Democrats should pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree?
understand where we are in the U.S. then.
I think I do.
No, because you're
I think I do
arguing
this for
from
a
a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore. We're headed towards
So
tribal-
nihilism.
So I agree with this guy. I think these guys agree with each other, but they're gonna fucking talk about some bullshit race, this, race, that. Yeah, you're Indian, this, blah, blah, blah. The fuck. I don't care. Next.
9 members of Congress.
They don't. Well, he said he said Democrats also do it. Donald Trump does it. He said it's bad. No. Yeah, they kind of agree on that, but they're arguing about some other shit.
Yeah, let's be respectful to you. Let me finish.
I'm not sure you've been that respectful,
It-
but okay.
Why did I miss that entirely then?
Democrats should pardon Democrats. Congress police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crimes, and I don't think Joe Biden should commit. I don't think
you
Democrats should
understand-
pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree?
understand where we are in the U.S. then.
I think I do.
No, because you're
I think I do
arguing
this for
from
a
a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore. We're headed towards
So
tribal-
nihilism, no laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
everyone's pro-crime.
It's not about that. It's that
That's
conservatives
convenient.
conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the
Really?
law. They've been playing it
playing
by
by
the
the
book.
law?
Yes, they have.
Maybe
We're
you missed the Bush presidency.
conservatives
Did you
are
live
so
here during the Bush
concerned-
years?
Conservatives are
Didn't
so
play by the
concerned.
law, George W.
Let me
Bush, nor did
finish.
Ronald Reagan.
Let's be respectful to you. Let me finish.
I'm not sure you've been that respectful,
It-
but okay.
I'm trying to bring it back, so let's both bring it back.
That's
Okay.
good.
He's trying to say like, oh, they play by the laws, whatever. So whenever Donald Trump lost fair and square, it was okay for them to lash back because they were always been by the law, so that we can do J6 because fuck it. Come on, bro. This guy's
I'm
zero
concerned.
IQ.
Okay.
Really?
Let me tell you this. We do play it too safe. We've been playing by the book for too long. At this point, gloves are off, right? The left has made their point. They're willing
Are the
to
police force in Washington the left?
Yes.
Why
Are you kidding me? The left? Are you
wow.
are you insane?
Police officers.
Look at
Wow.
LA right here. You think those stand down?
You think the LAPD are a bunch of liberal Marxists?
No, but I
Really?
think they listen to liberal Marxists who tell them what to do.
okay.
I think they listen to who signs their paychecks at the end
Can
of
I
the
just
day.
check,
who are
because
liberal
you're doing
Marxists.
lots of little diversions. We both agree Donald Trump's pro-crime, you're just fine with it.
No,
Is that the
I
position?
don't
That's what
agree
you've said
with
so
your-
far
I don't
for about
agree with your
5 minutes.
I don't agree with your definition
What's
of
your
crime.
definition of crime?
It doesn't
Stomping
matter.
on a police officer's head
No,
is not
what-
a crime.
no,
That's your
what I'm
definition
saying-
of crime, as the
He keeps getting
Native
me out of it.
American.
I am Native American.
If you
Okay.
say so.
So, going back to the topic at hand, we have different definitions of crime because you're
That's
talking
convenient. There's
It's
a
not
criminal
about-
code
it's
in
not
this
about
country.
what's
It's called the
convenient.
U.S. Criminal Code.
You know what? Let's focus
That's
on
what
what we
everyone
agree
focuses
on. I'm
on.
sure you and I actually agree on a lot
Do we
more than
agree
you
that
realize.
people shouldn't stomp on police officers' heads? Can we agree on that? If you don't agree on that, then I really think this conversation is kind of
No,
pointless.
because first of all, you're saying what? That the police have the authority, that they're given the authority. I don't accept the authority that's been
it's a
given by
very
liberal
conservative position. I thought the conservative are pro-police.
Then you don't know.
This guy left himself wide open when he said, "Oh, dude, it's a criminal code," and then this guy could have gotten him, but he's just fucking sleeping.
What a real! Hey, listen,
so
you're
we
in a room
redefine
with
crime.
juggernauts right now.
We
Okay,
redefine
I'm telling you right now,
conservatives.
you are going to be blown
I
open
mean,
if you think
yeah,
that my
if we're going to
position
struggle
is
with the
hard, right?
English language
You
for the
have
next
no
couple of
idea
hours, then yeah,
what you're
we'll
up
struggle.
against right now. Okay.
100%.
Because
Yeah.
okay.
Newsflash. The conservatives are liberal to
And
me.
what about illegal
okay?
immigration then?
Neocons, libertarians, all those mainstream people, they might as well be leftists to me. Okay, that's how far to the right I am. Do you understand my position? So when
I
you say,
kinda guessed it when you sat down.
say, about obeying police. Why would I give the authority to police? Do you know here in America?
Do you think Donald Trump should be
America?
pardoning 9 members of Congress
Do you
who
know
committed
who-
financial crimes?
Let
Are
me
you
see if
pro?
I can remember
Are
his
you
name
pro
right, because
financial
it's so-
crime?
Do you know who
pro
Thomas-
financial crime?
Do you know
All
who
right,
Thomas
pause.
Timbo is?
Pause.
I think the people who clapped you have voted you out.
All right. Head back to your seat. You've been voted out by the
conservatives
majority.
Nice to meet you.
This guy's a knucklehead.
Hello,
there.
sir. How are you?
Hey, so I'm going to be as respectful about this as possible, but the truth is your claim is completely bad faith. You do not care about being anti-crime. You yourself are pro-crime. Your side is pro-crime because you're a progressive.
How am I pro-crime?
So I'll give you an example, right? So your side, not Donald Trump, has passed a series of laws in California. Let's go with California. It's where we are right now. It's where I'm from. I don't know. Are you from California?
No.
Or okay. So in California, for example, the state legislature, completely progressive, just passed a law that limits sex offender registration to 10 years. It was life before. That's pro-crime. The legislature in California, which is progressives again, has passed a law that says the voter-induced 3-strike law is no longer absolute. If someone murders someone, stabs someone on 3 separate occasions, a judge now does not have to give them life. That's a progressive law. That is pro-crime. You support that, don't you?
I actually don't support sex.
Even though that's like it's kind of a gotcha, even then that wouldn't be pro-crime because crime is like if that's the way it is, if you break the law, and that you think that's okay, that's pro-crime. But if you change the law, it doesn't make you pro-crime. I mean,
Offenders coming off a list. I think they should be on for life.
Okay, so you disagree with progressives.
So hold on. You and I both agree that
it's a
sex offending is a
semantics
bad
problem.
thing,
It's
especially child
semantics.
sex
It's
offending,
semantics.
right?
It seems like you and I agree on that.
I
The
agree on that.
legislature of California doesn't.
So I'm not here.
It's a semantics problem. These are semantics. It's why you don't. It's why debating semantics is fucking brain dead.
to debate the legislative.
Yes, exactly, Antipog. You're learning it. If you make murder legal, you're not pro-crime. Exactly. If you establish that murder is no longer a crime, then you're not pro-crime. That's what it is. What do you think happened with fucking slavery and shit, dumb fuck? Yeah, they abolished it, but like it's just the way it is.
California. I'm here to debate
You're
Donald
progressive.
Trump being pro-crime,
But
and
you're
I'm saying that Donald Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. When Ghislaine Maxwell, who's the worst child
So that was not a crime. Now it's a crime.
sex trafficker of our lifetime, she's serving over
Wait,
20
wait,
years. Do you know
wait.
Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's actually not. Jeffrey Epstein's the worst sex trafficker.
He's dead. I'm
Was
talking
that
about
not
people alive, right?
It's interesting
a
though
good
you
way of
use
showing
his
something?
name, right? Wouldn't he be
No,
the one who did this?
Oh, great. I'm glad you brought up
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, before he died, did an interview with Michael Wolff. He's on tape. I don't know if you heard the tape. He says, my closest friend was Donald Trump. I was his closest friend. Elon Musk, I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He tweeted recently that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files. And Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the right-hand woman of Jeffrey Epstein, when she was on trial for child sex offending, which you and I are opposed to, Donald Trump stood up and said, good luck to her, I wish her well. So yeah, that makes him pro-crime and pro-criminal if he's being soft on child sex
Well,
traffickers
you just said they
like
were his
Epstein.
friends. He's
No,
clearly
I'm saying he was
something-
friends. He was friends with Epstein. You haven't seen the videos? They danced together, partied together.
It's
Epstein
a guy,
said I was
it's
his
a guy
closest
he knows.
friend.
He's not supported the pedophilia part. The only people supporting
Actually,
pedophilia
that's
are
not
the
true.
left.
Trump gave a speech about 20 years ago where he said Epstein's a great guy. He loves young women. A lot of them are very young. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, laugh, laugh. So yeah, I think he's pro-crime and pro-criminal.
So you
And
think
I
he's
think he's
pro-crime
soft
for
on
having a
sex
friend who's a
offenders.
Do you have any friends who are criminals?
Not that I know of. Certainly not child sex offenders. No, do you?
If it came, no, of course not. And
Okay,
if it
so
came-
we're both in agreement again.
If
So
it
why are you
came out
defending
tomorrow
Donald
that
Trump?
if it came out tomorrow that one of your friends was a child sex
You know
trafficker,
what I'd do?
you'd stop being friends with them.
Yes.
But-
And I
but-
wouldn't say-
And then I'd go on TV and I would say, "Oh, look, Mr. Hassan was friends with this guy 10 years ago. Therefore, he's
What if
pro-child
Mr.
sex
Hassan
trafficking."
said, I wish them well when they're on trial? Wouldn't you ever go at me for
You
that?
wish your
Wouldn't
friend
you
well
not?
on trial?
Yeah, child sex trafficker. Would you mean
probably-
that?
I answered the quote. I answered the quote. Did the quote look like it was like some snarky, like fucking, like bullshit remark, or was that like an actual like vote of like support?
I wouldn't wish someone well, but that's
Donald
your
Trump
gotcha.
did.
That's your gotcha.
It's a pretty big
He
gotcha.
said he wished
Yeah.
a friend
Pretty
well.
big gotcha.
Okay,
He
but
praised
see,
the- he
what you're
praised the
really
woman
trying
for
to do
child
right
support.
now is you're
What
trying
about
to get
the
back
fact
to
that he's-
Donald Trump
what
on
about
a
the fact
personal
that
level.
Elon
Let's
Musk
talk
says his
policy.
name is
What's his policy?
Oh, you want to talk policies?
Yes.
So when he left office in 2020, he left behind the highest murder rate for over 100 years.
He left.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and so a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever.
Awful. Awful.
Behind the highest murder.
Yes.
That is the most bad faith claim you
No,
could
no,
possibly make.
it's a fact from the CDC
and you know
data.
what? Here's why it's bad faith.
Can I finish a sentence?
Zero
And then we
IQ.
can come back in.
You're just lying to people. Donald
I'm
Trump.
lying? Can I finish the sentence?
Donald Trump does not cause the
Can I-
murder rates.
can I-
Murder is a state
Oh,
level
that's
crime.
hilarious.
Gavin
Conservatives
Newsom is
spent-
more.
It doesn't mean shit, but it's a bad precedent. It's an overall, I think, bad stance to say that as the president, especially in a press release when somebody is on trial for like something fucking terrible. It's awful. I don't know what you're fucking talking about, buddy. If you wanted to say, if you said good luck with that, and people said he said good luck, then I would say fuck, you guys are all brain dead for like misquoting because you're not giving the tone. That would be sarcasm, right? But that is not what that is. That's fucking, that is like actual support. That's fucking dog shit.
Responsible for the murder rate than Donald Trump is.
That's hilarious. So Donald Trump's not responsible for murder rate, but other politicians who are Democrats
Yes,
are.
because it's
Everyone
a state
can see
level
your
law.
partisan
That's
shit.
like saying no. I'll say Republicans are too.
Let's-
State governors who are soft on crime.
I think this is a semantics debate. So if these guys established semantics early on and foundation, they could actually have the dialogue, but everybody's so branded, they don't agree on anything. So it's just a semantics battle. Dog shit.
Cash Patel on Epstein.
He knows more information
All right,
than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, take care.
I skip this branded.
Surrounded is now a podcast station.
My next claim is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution. Nice to meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you, sir.
Mehdi, lovely to meet you.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because in regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So, quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise! I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying.
Yeah, but I'm confused though. Like, I thought that this was supposed to be a debate. Like, this guy agrees with the prompt, so why even go to the middle?
In the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, he's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than
How do you
willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
you
it's
don't
the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
This guy's like ultra authoritarian than it.
Of course,
right?
he's not. I
So-
completely agree,
so
and
you
that's part of the
support Trump?
problem.
You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I
Why
can't
did
even
you-
remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of voted just to
I came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but I'm
bit,
bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
John Pork.
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local
Who
leaders,
is the we,
or-
by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives.
So he doesn't vote for his candidate of his side, but if he doesn't win, then these guys are like, oh yeah, J6 it was rigged, blah, and they get mad about it. Bro, how about you just fucking vote, buddy?
Just sitting right around
White people?
Yeah,
No brown
absolutely.
people. So,
Well, actually, I have quite.
some of the people in this room don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you. I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white and should stay that way.
How does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look?
He was almost there, but he said it should stay that way. So what if the people that are Hispanic reproduce faster than what? Then would you put measures against it? I don't get it. Is that like pro eugenics?
Like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is my name's.
Yeah, it was almost there because what he was saying earlier is that the diversity is fine, right? Like it's fine, but he says it should stay the same. It should stay like that. It's like whoa,
Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh, well, I use a pseudonym online.
Fair enough.
But fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it.
Isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
oh my god,
100%.
oh my
And
god.
if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very.
I feel like if he's gonna be mega far right, I mean, at the point, why not just say, yo, do a coup and then fucking then hold it in power or something like that? Because this guy's like, oh yeah, you should use democracy to have like an authoritarian regime or something, right? Is that what
Well,
you're
in
saying?
his work, it's the friend-enemy distinction, right?
So that makes sense. That means that he believes in
absolutely,
democracy.
I don't care.
He believes in.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at all.
I didn't say that. I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
actually
to
say
me.
that. I said, are you a fan
He's
of
a
the Nazis?
clanker. He's a clanker.
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution
We
and stuff
may
like
have
that.
to
which is
rename this
bad.
show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say...
This guy.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone
Because
is on this.
in
Because you know
during-
that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out
Yeah,
who the fascists
absolutely.
and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
clearly you're not.
During the
Clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat
Are
cats.
you
they were
in favor
aristocrats.
of,
They didn't care.
favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not. If
You mentioned
they,
Franco
Oh
earlier.
man,
Franco killed a lot of innocent
this
people.
guy's let him finish, man. This guy is like self-destructing, man. Let him do it, man. Bro, come on, bro.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
Let
What
us
are you
hear it,
talking
man.
about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only
dude.
killed combatants. Is that what you're
Yeah,
claiming?
he
now?
only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The White Terror was only punishing.
Okay.
Those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi and
the
being a
feeling
Nazi
is mutual,
and
so-
being a Nazi means upholding human
it down.
dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in a
don't-
state that I was
with the
running.
greatest of
I wouldn't
respect,
want to hurt
I
you
don't
or
debate.
anything like that. But
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate.
Well, this guy's bad. Oh, dude. Don't kill this one person or that one person, dude. But oh no, you can kill all these like hundreds of thousands of people. Like this guy's just brain dead. I don't get it.
so do you concede then? I mean, why
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah,
yes,
That's
I
all.
concede.
That's
great.
how we connected ourselves. It's
So
just be a brawl.
I mean, what are we doing here? Because
Be
I
a
mean,
free-for-all.
you
I
just
don't
seem
know what
offended.
you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
okay, Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi.
Sure.
Is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
And
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What are
democracy.
you doing here at a televised debate? This is democracy. Don't put a debate and disagreement.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
I
mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment we're in is that you guys are so open about it.
The whole
It's great.
reason
Say
I
the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and he kind of blew past him,
Guys,
is the friend
this
enemy.
guy's
distinction.
Trust him because of the Nazi
Even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies
doesn't even
and
know
they
what
want
he
to
is.
enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
I'm not sure what you want to say.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I think this guy's like a decent debater. He's letting him think that like, oh, I have the last word means I win or whatever, and he's not like doing the yelling thing. Like,
Can't say the same, but thank you.
if somebody's deeply ingrained into their worldviews and they're not in debating and they're just like standing up, like, okay, then okay. See ya. Like, okay.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you, sir. All right. So I kind of want to start at the basics or the foundation. I want to see.
Can I just check?
Yes.
Are you a fascist?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I describe myself as, I think, just a Christian.
Fair enough.
I'm a devout Christian.
Good to hear.
So, I want to start like, what is your connection to the Constitution, and why do you love it so much? Like, what makes it so important that Trump would defy something like the Constitution to you personally?
Great questions. My first connection is I'm an American citizen. I naturalized American citizen, took a pledge to this country, to the Constitution. As a previous speaker has said, Constitution's not perfect. A lot of things I don't like about it. I don't like the Second Amendment. There's various amendments. I don't like the way the Senate is set up. I'm sure there's things you don't like about the Constitution. The difference is, I don't think you can just illegally defy the Constitution. I don't think each and every one of us can just make up whatever we want. Certainly presidents who are elected with an oath, right?
Fair
Donald
enough.
Trump took an oath to preserve, protect, defend the Constitution. And now when he's asked on television, isn't it your job to uphold the Constitution? He said on NBC, I don't know, which goes against his oath. And I'm identifying specific amendments where he is violating. He's only 6 months into his presidency, defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He wants to defy the 22nd Amendment and be president for a third term. This is the problem we have right now. Free speech is under assault. The free press is under assault. Due process is under assault. The right to be in your home and not be invaded by federal agents, the Fourth Amendment, is under assault. So that, for me, is a problem.
Okay. Well, I'd like to start to say I really don't find the Constitution that important. I find it to be like a 300-year-old document. And it was created to defy the country that subjugated your ancestors in India. And then your parents probably moved from India to Britain. And then you move here to tell us that we should listen to a piece of paper that you were never even connected to begin with. So I want to say, like, if I don't care about it, why do you care about it so much?
How do you run a country without any kind of laws or due process? And by the way, you do care about it, because without the First Amendment, you wouldn't be sitting here.
Well, I agree with the First Amendment, and I think.
So do you
every
agree with
country-
Donald Trump's crackdown on the First Amendment? He's imprisoning people for their speech. He's threatening free speech media organizations. He's threatening peaceable assembly. These are all rights under the First Amendment. Why aren't you bothered by that as a conservative who claims to love the First Amendment?
So I don't like the First Amendment. I like free speech.
Okay,
so
the First Amendment is what guarantees free speech. I'm from the UK,
guarantees
by the
free
way.
speech.
I'm from the UK,
Yeah, and you guys
which
don't
is a
have
democracy.
that.
We don't have the First Amendment. No, that's one of the things I do like about the Constitution. I wish the UK did have a First Amendment.
So people
I'm a
that get
journalist.
arrested for praying outside abortion clinics
So-
and stuff like that,
So,
right?
so you're opposed to people being arrested for speech crimes, I assume.
Well, it depends what it is. If it's like the people.
So you're like one of the previous speakers. You don't.
No.
As long as there's someone who agrees with you, you don't mind the
No,
crackdown.
no, I support-
Either we consistently support
I
principles
support
or we
free
don't.
speech 100%.
Okay.
I don't think anyone.
So do you think Donald Trump is defying the Constitution by cracking down on the First Amendment?
So I think he's cracking down on free speech, like the deportation of Mahmoud Khalil, who was
just released from prison by a judge, saying his First Amendment rights were violated.
And I agree with the judge, and I disagree with Trump deporting them. But I think that's more a matter of free speech and not the Constitution.
I think that's pedantry at this moment. I think you've conceded that he is cracking down on free speech, which is the First Amendment. So he is defying the Constitution. So it's a pleasure to be in agreement with you, sir.
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thank you very much. Hey, how's it going?
sir.
I'm Mehdi.
Mehdi, great to meet you. My name is Kai. Do you, Mehdi, believe that the Constitution is important and good?
Overall, yes.
Do you believe that that Constitution can be eroded through democratic processes?
What do you mean by erode?
The original intention of the Constitution being destroyed through a purely, democratic or legal process.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Okay.
I think if you're democratically amending the Constitution per the rules of the Constitution, that's fine. If we could find a constitutional way to get rid of the Second Amendment, I'd be pro that.
So let's pose a hypothetical wherein the entire population of the United States has drastically changed.
Yes.
And the population now has completely different intentions about what to do with the country. Let's say it wants to give it all back to Mexico, dismantling the United States of America. If that's the case, then what's the use of the Constitution? It hasn't defended the country. In fact, it's allowed for its destruction.
I don't understand the premise. How did the whole country change?
Demographic replacement, mass migration. I mean, we're seeing a change in demographics. And there's
what is the? I do want to talk about immigration today.
I hope we talk about it.
Everyone's itching in this group to get to immigration.
Yes, sir.
I've saved it. I've saved it for you all. But given we're on the sense of the Constitution, and you asked a question, what is the proportion of immigrants in this country? What proportion of the population is foreign-born?
It's very difficult to measure because the actual projections of the number have been changing more rapidly.
But what is currently? The best estimate of official
I think it was about 15%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just under 15%.
Which is, by the way, more actually than the original estimate was. So
but
we have
15% of the people are going to change the country, change the Constitution. How's that going to work? It's actually a nightmare. As someone who wants to amend the Constitution and get rid of things like the ridiculous way the Senate is set up, or the Second Amendment on guns, or various other things, it's really hard to change the Constitution. They made it almost impossible. You know, the last time we had a constitutional amendment?
You know
like
what?
20, 30 years ago.
I understand, which is
it was
why
all, I think members of Congress pay.
Which is why
it's impossible.
I get it.
So where are you getting this scenario where 350 odd million people all become foreign-born migrants or the children of migrants, immediate migrants, even though America is a nation of migrants?
Yeah.
And then abandons the Constitution and gives the country back to Mexico. Outside of your imagination, where is that happening?
Let's bring it back to the actual discussion. What you did is you entertained my hypothetical, but then instead of sticking to the point of the Constitution, you said, well, how would you bring about your hypothetical? And then when
because you missed out the part where the Constitution is quite hard to change.
Hold on. I understand that. I gave you.
I also wanted to get a sense of where you are, and you're a great replacement guy. So that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, and you're a real good journalist because you don't talk to people who identify as
what
like
is
a
a great
political ideology.
replacement?
I mean, that's a very liberal idea.
I don't debate fascists. I'll talk to them, but I won't debate them.
Frankly, that's upsetting. I think there's a big problem when we value freedom of speech so much, but any real journalist is not going to talk to somebody because they identify with the politically incorrect ideology.
Just talk to the guy in front of you. What are you talking about?
You literally stopped talking to him, and then everybody had to vote him out.
Debating versus talking is very different.
Okay.
It's pointless, right?
Okay,
he doesn't believe.
Okay, then I feel like the great representation is just racism then, in general. Like, buddy, if during way back in the days, an Italian came here as an immigrant and he got a child, it's a white child, right? Possibly, and then how is that not replaced or whatever? At that point, you don't even know. You don't even know what these guys are anyway. I'm just saying, like, why are some immigration good and some bad?
He doesn't.
It's just racism, really.
Believe in free speech.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in democracy.
He was freely speaking with you. You're the one who shut up.
No, he said very clearly.
Okay.
He said, I support free speech so that I can get one election. After one election, my guy comes in. And after my guy comes in, nobody gets to speak or vote again.
We all listen to your
Why would I
conversation.
debate that?
We listen to your conversation. Let's
I'm
bring
reminding
it
you
back
what
to
it was
this
said
topic.
because you just
Let's bring it back to the
misrepresented.
Constitution.
Please do. First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th Amendments. Those are the ones I'm saying Trump is defying. Do you support that or do you deny them?
I believe that the Constitution is valuable because it represents particular interests of the founding stock of Americans who made this country great.
Do you think due process is important? Some would say that's at the very core of American Constitution.
And
Fifth Amendment.
And what I think makes the Constitution function, what allows it to save this country and to actually make it work, are the people who are...
I'm not sure where you're going with this argument.
Hold on. I'll show you.
Is Trump defying the Constitution? That's my claim. You can have these weird hypotheticals
We're taking it into a different meta, which is, what's the function of the Constitution?
I'd rather not have your...
You already did.
Yeah,
literally just 5 minutes ago when you took it to immigration.
Now I don't want to.
Okay. Let's bring it back.
I want to bring it back to the First, the Fourth, the Fifth, and the 14th Amendments, and the 22nd Amendments.
Look, anything?
Yeah.
We need it.
Isn't it long?
I don't know yet.
Still gonna? Will you message
We're still kind of early, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'll tell you.
Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Because, can you mute for a sec?
Yeah.
Either you say, hold on, you got two very good positions here. One is to say, I don't think he's defying them, and I'll say why you're wrong. Or you say, I don't care that he's defying them, as one of your colleagues said, in which case, I don't know where this conversation goes because you don't believe in democracy.
That's fair. Do you think it's wrong to dismantle the Constitution?
So there's two options ahead of you. Do you agree?
This is important.
Do you agree?
What I'm doing
so
is
Donald Trump? Okay, let me ask a question about it. Since you're asking me questions, you're not answering the basic point. Well, do you think Donald Trump is dismantling the Constitution? Can we agree that Donald Trump is dismantling? Because I'll agree with you on that. I think he is dismantling the Constitution.
I think he's
illegally, unconstitutionally.
I think he's interpreting it in ways that are more.
Which judges do not agree with him on.
Okay, hold on.
Which the Supreme Court has not agreed with him on.
And the judges don't agree with the people who wrote the Constitution.
How do you know that?
Okay, let's take your example of the Second Amendment. Let's say that a bunch of judges...
I didn't give the Second Amendment.
No, hold on.
Fourth, you don't want to talk about the ones I've given.
You're interrupting me. You're interrupting me.
This guy is brain dead. He's calling himself like impossible to defend the positions.
You're ignoring
and then change his topic.
4th, 5th, 14th, 22nd Amendments. Those are my amendments that I came with today. If you don't want to debate them, just say so.
I'm trying to understand your ideology. You believe that dismantling the Constitution is okay when it's about parts of the Constitution that you disagree with.
Amendments.
You would be fine getting rid of the Second Amendment, even though that would be a dismantling of the Constitution.
No, because it would be done via constitutional means. I'm not the one sitting here like your pal.
Okay, you have agreed. You have agreed the Constitution.
I'm not the one saying you just get rid of them willy-nilly.
I don't agree. We're ramping up.
I don't agree that Joe Biden should come in and say by executive order, if Joe Biden put out executive order saying Second Amendment no longer applies. I can round up everyone's guns. I don't agree with that.
Your result is exactly the same.
I don't agree with them. No, but I don't agree with the method of doing it. It's unconstitutional.
That's fine.
He would have been defying the Constitution, and I would have said so, but you can't bring yourself to say so. We've been sitting here for several minutes. All of your friends have seen me ask you several times, do you agree that Donald Trump is defying the 1st, 4th, 5th, 14th, and possibly 22nd Amendments? Your colleague at least admitted that he's defying the First Amendment.
I understand that you came in here. What you are attempting to do is simply frame this conversation like you did with the first claim about Donald Trump. But then when anybody asks you any kind of question that presses you to the least degree
I answered. I said I would dismantle the Constitution, but I would do it constitutionally, not by executive order.
So what I'm trying to get to is to prove to everybody who's watching that what you care about is not the Constitution in what it represents or creates. You care about the Constitution only insofar as it allows you to achieve your political worldview. We agree on that.
No, I care about the Constitution
you agree with the
because I don't think presidents should be fascist dictators and violate the Constitution. That's what I'm saying.
You care,
and he is different. I don't think the president should have the power to lock you and me up. If
all these guys are coming in on here saying, "Oh, these guys can break this rule, but you guys can never break these rules." It's just that's why far right or far left are both bad in these debates. There's not even a debate. It's just some bullshit, brain dead, like brick brain mindset.
We write an op-ed that he doesn't like.
That's
I
awesome.
don't think the president should be able to crack down on us if you and I decide to go protest outside his parade.
I
don't think the president should be able to deprive you and I of due process or come into our homes without a warrant.
And I think,
well, let's end an agreement then.
All right, pause. You've been voted out.
I'm glad
it's
we
good
end
to
on
meet
agreement.
you. It's good to
meet you, Kai. Hey, how are you? I'm Mehdi.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hassan is far right 100%. Maybe, does he seem himself that way or not? Hassan is absolutely he's far left, far left, sorry.
Nice to meet you.
So Trump
Because I was reading the chat, far left, sorry.
is defying the 1st, 4th,
5th, 14th, and maybe the 22nd soon.
Okay. So I want to focus on the 1st and the 5th.
Okay.
So you say that Trump is defying the First Amendment. Can you give me an example?
For example, he banned the Associated Press from attending White House events. A Trump-appointed judge said that was against the First Amendment. He's been cracking down on media organizations he doesn't like over their speech. If they say stuff he doesn't like, for example,
cracking down how?
So, for example, he banned the Associated Press from attending White House events because they said it's the Gulf of Mexico. That's not how it works. They were already at the White House. He deprived them of access, so he punished them for their speech.
But are they allowed to go to the press?
Which is why a judge he appointed, Trevor McFadden, said this was contrary to the First Amendment. A Trump-appointed judge. He's called MSNBC and CNN illegal. Media organizations are not ipso facto
But that's free speech.
illegal.
He can call them whatever they want.
Attacking the media?
Yeah,
I think what we should be doing instead is just ban certain people from attending the White House events. So, like, if you're from the Associated Press and you come into the fucking press releases or whatever, and you ask horrendous questions and you stall the process and you're disruptive and you're annoying, just ban that one guy. But banning a whole institution or a whole company is brain dead. I think that's brain dead. What? Chad doesn't understand. you can have unskilled interviewers or question askers that are disruptive and just bad. It happens sometimes. It's just, why would you want this guy to fucking fuck with the whole thing every time? He's just a bad employee. Just fire them. It's all good. Just get a new one. It's not like what they represent is a bad cause or the bad side. He's just a bad employee. That's
But the president as the executive?
Yeah, he can say what,
this has nothing to do with this, though. I don't know what happened there.
whatever he wants. That's literally the First Amendment.
He can say whatever he wants.
Absolutely.
But the media can't say what they want.
They do.
But he's going after them. He's suing them. He's using lawsuits to crack down on the press.
President's
the whole thing is crazy.
34 felonies that Hillary Clinton did.
No media gave him a lawsuit.
No, but people
we're
on
talking
the
about media.
Democratic side.
We don't talk about the Democrats.
Okay. So he can call them whatever he wants because that's the freedom of speech.
He's threatened to imprison reporters.
He absolutely.
He wants to imprison. He said reporters should go to prison for reporting. He threatened some of them with prison rape. Right? That is against.
Fact check. President Trump suggested jailing reporters who publish classified or. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. This is fair enough. So this guy got fact checked. I mean, that's all. I mean, bro, that's awful.
It's the First Amendment.
Okay. How is that against the First Amendment?
You don't think sending reporters to prison for reporting that he doesn't like?
Did he do that?
He wanted to. He said so.
Okay,
I would like.
I would really like to.
So
fly.
other people stopped him doesn't mean he's not defying the Constitution.
So he
also said if you turn up.
Excuse me. He can.
Did I read it wrong or what? Who published classified or other sensitive information that refuse to disclose their source? I don't get it, guys. If you leak a state secret or whatever, that's a crime, right? Right? Yeah. So if you aid them into publishing that and to get this information out, you're quite literally an accomplice. Yeah, that there should be reprimands for that. What the fuck? I'm confused.
Amendment.
Okay. How is that against the First
100%. That's awful.
You don't think sending reporters to prison for reporting that he doesn't like?
Did he do that?
He wanted to. He said so.
Okay,
I would like them to go.
I would really like to.
So
fly.
other people stopped him.
Well,
Doesn't mean he's not
whistleblower
defying the
laws.
Constitution.
So
he also said if you turn up.
Excuse me. He can want to do something.
Yes.
That doesn't mean he will or he can.
Okay.
And I think he's very.
Well, I've already
aware
given an
of
example of something he did do to the Associated Press, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the Associated Press is allowed in the Oval Office, which is his office. That's his executive space.
Okay.
And they are allowed.
She did not say me. Why did you guys try saying that?
In the press room, just like CNN, just like The Guardian.
Oh, she didn't. Excuses, she said. Shut up.
Said if you turn up.
Excuse me. He can want to do something.
Yes.
That doesn't mean he will or he can.
Okay.
And I think he's very.
Well, I've already
aware
given an
of
example of something he did do to the Associated Press, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the Associated Press is allowed in the Oval Office, which is his office. That's his executive space.
Okay.
And they are allowed in the press room, just like CNN, just like The Guardian.
Which he thinks are illegal media organizations.
He can think whatever he wants.
calls the media the enemies of the people.
You called him a fascist.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So he didn't ban Associated Press? I don't know what happened.
You can say whatever you want.
Yes.
Yes.
But the
and
president is. I'm not the president of the United States with the executive
So
power
no, okay,
to
so
crack
then
down
the
on the
First
media.
Amendment only applies to the citizens, but not the president.
I never
of the
said that.
United States.
In
Okay,
fact,
so
Donald
then
Trump
he
runs
can
his mouth
say-
more than anyone.
Absolutely, he
Yeah.
does.
And he doesn't
is-
just
he
say
is-
stuff. As I said,
Oh, the court blocked it? Okay, fair enough then.
he actually does stuff. He actually does crack down. For example, you Fifth Amendment.
Yes.
Due process.
Yes.
Judges have actually said you have violated due process.
Yes,
of
except
people
for
on trial.
people kind of forget the Clinton, the 1996 Immigration Reform Act,
Yeah.
where you can get limited due process when you have expedited.
American citizens?
No.
What about American citizens?
Who's getting deported? That's American.
2 American children have been deported multiple this year. Have you not been?
No. Their parents have been deported, and their parents say,
No, the
"I'm
father
gonna
was
take
American.
my baby."
No.
Was mom legal?
We don't know because they didn't go to court, and the judge.
They
by
don't
the way,
have to go to
by the-
court.
yes.
That's not a part of the due process.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm very aware of it.
Are you a lawyer?
Do I have to be? Oh, we're making an argument
you a
now
lawyer?
we're making.
It's a simple question.
No.
Are you a lawyer?
Okay, we're making an
I'll
argument.
take that as a no. A Trump-appointed judge in the case, not some Marxist lefty judges you
I
people
don't
like to call
care.
them, a Trump-appointed conservative judge said you cannot, it is illegal and unconstitutional to expel or deport an American citizen without meaningful process. He said that in April. So that was an act that Trump did. It wasn't
the
speech.
child-
He got rid of an American citizen from the country without process.
So the
That's the
child-
Fifth Amendment violation.
Since I'm not up to date on that specific
I can give you
case,
more.
I'm sure you can. So
Well, you weren't aware that American citizens are being deported. It's a pretty big story.
yeah, the
Maybe
child
if you
that
read the
probably
fake
went
news,
with
you might know.
Trump. What?
If you read the fake news, you might know what's going on. A lot of American
How would
citizens
I know what's going
have been
on if I
deported.
read fake news? I don't watch CNN or Rachel Maddow.
That's,
Sorry.
That's why you don't know that your fellow citizens have been deported this year.
My fellow citizens.
Are they
no.
not? American citizens haven't been deported?
Okay. When a child goes with their
All right,
adult-
guys, that's time. Please return to your
Nice to meet
seat.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, before we go any further, we wanted to Straight Arrow News for partnering
This lady's going nowhere, and she was just annoying.
with us on this episode. Now, let's get into it.
My next claim is that immigrants overall are good for America.
Uh-oh. I feel like they're gonna get bait. They're gonna bait themselves into doing the weirdest, saying the weirdest shit.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, nice to meet you,
Mehdi.
Daniela. So in regards to your claim, I just want to start by asking this. Do you care more about helping Americans or immigrants in this claim?
Immigrants are Americans. I'm an immigrant and an American.
Well, immigrants are not Americans. Americans are the people that were born here.
That's not true. Where'd
Are
you
you
get,
talking
what's the
about
basis
people-
of your claim for
Are you
that?
talking about people that get naturalized in the process of becoming
Yes.
American?
14th Amendment. Have you read it?
Okay, yes, I have.
Citizenship clause. It
so
says any persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States.
I'm aware of that.
There's
I'm
about 40 to 50 million naturalized
I'm
Americans
aware
in
of
this
that.
country.
Yes, but
You didn't seem aware of it because you said Americans versus immigrants.
Chat, this is something I don't know though. I feel like it's awful, but I mean, dude, it puts the responsibility back on the parents. If people do some shit illegally to get into the country and then they rush to get a child and they're like, oh, well, my child is born citizen or whatever, dude. Okay, I mean, then what do you do? I mean, if the parents are illegal, I mean, you have even with the process. Let's say you have the right to deport them. What happens with the child? Do they go with them, or do they to the United States? What happens then? What can you do? It's like a stalemate. You would have to take the child then. You would have to give the child a CPS, right? That, pretty much. I think that would be the only way to do it. No? Because they trolled. Hmm? I mean, it's fucked, but they're doing that deliberately, though. Like the parents are doing that deliberately. It's kind of awful.
So,
Anyway.
but are you understanding that the process of getting all these immigrants that come in here we've been also, the millions of immigrants, it's up to the millions, it's the last 20 years now, and it has dramatically affected Americans here in the country, which
Positively, I would argue.
people like me and everyone around here, we cannot find homes or even get jobs within our own fields that we go to college for, that we get into debt
GG.
for. And
I mean, she
because,
fell for it. It is what it is. I mean,
more
it was going to happen
blue-collar
anyway.
work, especially in construction, agriculture, and so forth, and the hospitality industry, we cannot get jobs in those fields. So it requires
Are you looking
us.
for a job in construction
I am
or
not.
agriculture?
No, I went
Just
to
checking.
college.
Okay.
Many people here are in college or went to college, but we can't even find jobs in our fields. Also because of the H-1B visa program as well. But in regards to just your claim about immigrants specifically, we cannot even get jobs to pay for housing.
Unemployment is at a record low right now, even under Donald Trump. And I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I would say
Skill issue.
unemployment under both Biden and Trump has been at record low levels.
Okay, is this in regards for American citizens?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
Oh no, this qualified labor guy that had to learn everything fucking way harder than I did is getting the job that I get because he's more skilled than I am, dude. Fucking immigrants, I can't believe it, man. Fuck, man. What, dude? How can you do this to me, dude? Okay, skill issue.
Aware of that statistic, but from what I see, from what I
I'm an
consistently
immigrant
hear-
and an American, and I employ
Sure.
many
And
American
my-
citizens,
and-
both naturalized and the ones born here.
And my
I
pa-
employ
my
Americans.
parents. No, my parents came
Americans as defined by you.
My parents came as immigrants to become naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed
Oh
to
wow!
immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants.
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was
But
born
you
here.
don't accept that immigrants are American.
How is that slave labor? It's qualified labor that's being greenlit to come to America to work for companies, and it's all legitimate. It's all legitimate. That's crazy. I don't go, how is it not a skill issue?
Not at this moment.
So your
because-
parents are not Americans.
Not at this moment.
Hold
No,
on, your parents are
they're
not Americans.
citizens. They became naturalized.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here, right?
naturalization. I
But
never
are your
said that I'm
parents-
against
Are,
naturalization.
are you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
You did.
naturalization.
You began. You're very. Everyone was here. They can play it back on YouTube. You said Americans or immigrants. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants. You said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant. I'm an immigrant.
But at this point, when they came, the
I think
United
that
States
people aren't happy with the way
economy,
this is going for you.
the United States economy was not at.
This lady
It's better
is
now. The American economy is better than it's been
Not
for
from
many
the-
years.
not from the
And I can say
statistics
that
I
as someone
see.
who doesn't
We
like Donald Trump.
Yeah, she believes that you're like one-sided, and that's it. Or you flip. Yeah, bro, you can be both at the same time. You can be an American citizen and an immigrant. It's just what it is. You can absolutely be both. Is what it is.
Giving millions and billions of dollars to people of minorities as well as
The reason the economy is doing badly now is because Donald Trump's tariff policy. Nothing to do with migrants. In fact, the
they
congressional.
can't even start businesses.
I'm an immigrant. I started a business. In
No,
fact,
I understand because the SBA is giving people billions
I
of
didn't
loans.
take any loans
They're giving
from
them
the SBA.
billions.
Chad, let's say let's say a small worm, right, goes over the border, an actual worm, right, and it becomes a butterfly on the other side. It evolves into a butterfly, a nice butterfly, right? It's like saying, oh, dude, is he an immigrant or is it a butterfly? Well, maybe it's absolutely both, buddy. Like, I'm confused. Yeah, he became one, but now he's both.
I didn't take any loans.
I'm not saying you did,
That's
but
a good analogy. You're just not giving it a chance.
Well, I'm
You're not giving it a chance. You're not giving it a chance.
So should we do statistics? According to statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure,
They're more
absolutely.
likely to start
No,
businesses
I'm aware
and
of that.
hire Americans.
Sorry, Caterpillar.
Americans.
No, I'm aware
right?
of that.
Immigrants
but
are
we
more
also,
likely to pay in taxes than take out in benefits.
And I'm.
What?
Statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure.
What does that have to do with
They're
that?
more likely to start businesses and hire Americans.
No, I'm aware
right?
of that.
Immigrants
but
are
we
more
also,
likely to pay in taxes than take out in benefits.
And
They're more likely to add to innovation and jobs and wages. This is what the statistics show. The Congressional Budget Office. Let me just finish my point and let you come back in. The Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. That amounts to $65,000 per American household. That's $65,000 for each and every one of you holding up a red flag.
Okay, I understand
All right,
that, but
pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
So it's just usually a skill issue, lazy issue, energy issue, passion issue. These guys they're like, oh, dude, wait. You're telling me that if I do nothing and I'm this entitled bitch ass, somebody else will do it instead of me? Dude, how could they do this to me, dude? No, you're doing it to yourself, buddy. Like, it's just how it is for most of these guys. Like,
hey, how's it going? I'm Eddie.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you. All right, so first, before I start, I need to know what you mean by good. I can talk about the economy, I can talk about culture, I can talk about all those things. I need to know what you mean.
All of them.
All of them.
I'm saying immigrants are good for the economy. They're good for
You think lower
culture.
wages are
They're
good for the
good for
economy?
society. Where's the lower wages?
What do you mean, where's the lower wages?
Where are the lower wages?
Yeah, so you can
What's
look
the
at
basis for saying there are lower wages?
Sure, so you can look at like the STEM industry. It's been in like a
yo,
complete and total.
if they do the numbers right, and they calculate the fucking everything properly, right? If they actually crunch it down properly, it'll always be beneficial. It's brain dead to say that it's not. But there is such a thing though as miscalculating and over opening the borders, and it cooks you. Canada has that problem, and they've self-admitted. Trudeau even self-admitted that they didn't do the numbers right, and they over-opened, and it's cooking them really hard, and it sucks, but it's a thing.
Recession. There's been tons of studies like from the Economic Policy Institute that shows that like companies like Tesla, companies from like Silicon Valley, they engaged in mass firing of workers, around 35,000, but then they hired around 12,000 H-1B visas, and it's kind of just standard economic thinking.
It's not standard economic thinking. The vast majority of economists and economic studies suggest that there is a negligible, if no impact on wages over time from immigrants. In fact, your colleague mentioned earlier, construction. There is actually evidence in construction, yes, but in some industries, in some areas, there is an impact, but overall, no. In fact, a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that migrants since 1965 have raised wages and raised innovation.
Who's that by?
National Bureau for Economic Research.
No, hold on. That's where you publish studies. I'm asking
yes,
for
I didn't memorize the names of the authors.
Yeah, I know you didn't. Right?
Can you give me the authors you've got?
Yeah, hold on. The study you're talking about is from Giovanni Perry, and what he did is he didn't account for aggregation issues, nor did he.
The vast majority of studies.
Let me speak,
please.
Yeah, thank you. Right. So listen, he didn't account for aggregation issues, right? And when you look at like the spatial approach, which is what all these economists use, you're not accounting for the fact that when immigrants come into an area, natives leave. If you look at an occupational approach where you look at the specific firms that immigration is going into, like Kim ETAL 2013 did, you find a net.
So don't leave. I don't get it. What is he talking about?
negative impact when there's a 10% increase of immigration. You find around a 0.5% decline in wages when it comes to the specific occupations they're going to.
So
all your studies are flawed.
So 0.5%. Weigh that up against what I just mentioned from the Congressional Budget Office, which is a massive boost in GDP per head, which you're not counting for, massive increase in tax revenue, immigrants actually funding.
Oh, if they don't leave, they won't get the jobs because skill issue. Oh, so it kind of reverts back to the skill issue that we were talking about earlier, very much.
Funding the deficits and debts by paying way more in taxes proportionately into the undocumented immigrants. And what's interesting about wages is I'm in a room full of, I don't know what to call you anymore, conservatives, Republicans, fascists, I don't know. One of you has proudly said that.
Call us correct.
One of us proudly. Oh, yeah, correct. I'm in a room full of correct people, but do any of you actually care about wages? Because, for example,
I actually do.
For example, do you support raising the minimum wage?
Absolutely, and you can't do that when you're bringing all these people coming into
That's not the reason the Republican Party blocks the minimum wage.
These guys are mad about like fucking like DEI shit, and they make it a big deal, right? Like, oh, dude, meritocracy, you gotta earn shit. When somebody earns their spot, they go like, oh my god, dude, you're taking my spot. What the fuck is that? Like, they want it to be skilled. When it applies to them, then it's invalid. Like, come on, man, you can't have it both ways, dude. You gotta choose.
You think Republican politicians don't vote for an increase in minimum wage because they're worried about immigration?
Did I say I voted Republican? Did I say I voted Republican?
Well, I'm in a show that was called 25 far-right Republicans.
That doesn't mean I'm going to support every single Republican candidate.
So you and I, good. So you and I, let's agree. We both support raising the minimum wage. Yes,
100%.
$7.25 since 2009. It's lost 30% of its value. If you care about wages, we should be raising the minimum wage in this country, not scapegoating migrants who aren't the cause of low wages in the country. You know who's causing low wages? Billionaires, millionaires, and people who won't pay fair wages to their wages, regardless of whether you are an immigrant or a native.
I get the monologue, right? Now let me
respond. You had one.
Tough to enforce, though. The nature of the market is important, though. I mean, bro, you gotta say though. Like, what about like normal businesses, like normal people, like normal? I don't know, like fucking somebody opens up the store. And, oh, dude, minimum wage is $30 an hour, and it's not feasible. Oh, I feel like there are certain like wage cutoffs that people propose that are fucking outrageous. If you provide $4 worth of labor and you want to be paid $15, brother, like, this is economic collapse, buddy. I'm confused. This is an uphill battle.
Your one study that had a 0.5% impact. Go.
Yeah, and your study like sucked that you didn't even know who wrote it, right? So like, let's get back to the point, right?
Because I don't need
and
to know
there it
one
goes
study.
Again.
The majority of studies say that wages are not impacted by migration.
The majority of your studies are flawed. That's what I'm telling you.
Not my studies.
Right.
Neither of us are economists. It's the economist studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
But are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm going to major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct.
Just don't assume.
To use your favorite word.
See here, dude, this is nothing of substance. You look at the red flags; they're coming up. Let me get to the
great,
point.
But
so
when you talk about
the CBO, one thing you're not accounting for here is that they're assuming an equilibrium, right? Do you know what that means? You shouldn't make these type of assumptions. You said earlier that unemployment.
Do I
was
know
like
what it means? I thought we're not doing assumptions.
Okay, hold on. You mentioned we were like at like 4.2% unemployment. Yeah, that's counting people who have part-time jobs. That's counting poverty
wages.
Always
been counted.
Yeah,
I'm against poverty wages.
You
Can we
won't let
agree
me
again?
Yes. If you go to like the Lookwood Institute, they calculated a way where it's like functional unemployment. Okay. If you account for things like just people who make around $25,000 a year, people who have fallen out of the labor market, people who only work part-time, if you count all of those people together and then add on the unemployment, that's around 25% of the population. So when you go, we don't have jobs, we don't have people to do this, and that, and the other. No, yes, we do. Okay, we don't have a labor shortage. We have a good job shortage. And when you keep bringing these people in, and they're taking those jobs.
The good job shortage.
Whoa. Huh?
Had people to do that on the unemployment, that's around 25% of the population. So when you go, we don't have jobs, we don't have people to do this, and that, and the other. No, yes, we do. Okay, we don't have a labor shortage. We have a good job shortage. And when you keep bringing these people in,
that doesn't make any sense, does it?
And they're taking those jobs.
The good job shortage is the fault of big firms, employers. I'm an employer. I can say that.
Who hires the immigrants?
Who hires the immigrants?
Yeah.
Employers.
Exactly. So when you bring up these big firms,
okay, so
that's the way that keeps wages down. You understand that, right?
So let me ask you a question. If you got rid of all immigrants coming in tomorrow, moratorium, you think that Republicans and employers of big firms would suddenly raise all the wages?
You notice
that's
how
what
you
you
didn't answer
believe.
what I said. You
that's
notice
what
how
you believe.
It was a complete. Your ankles
That's what you
all right?
believe.
You pivoted the hell
That's what
away
you
from the
believe.
conversation.
Is that what you? I'm on the subject.
Okay?
Do you believe that wages? I'm just wondering how naive you are. You believe that the 1% will raise wages and the federal wage?
There will be
if we stop immigration.
They will be forced to.
great
When you
biggest
increase
David.
labor's relationship to capital, okay, and you give labor more bargaining power because you're
But
tightening
this
the
is a very
supply of
simplistic
labor.
understanding of economics because you're
Okay,
not,
explain I'm wrong.
I'm telling you how you're wrong.
I'm here.
Because you're ignoring the fact that when immigrants come into an area, they spend money. They create jobs.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Big corpo, big companies, big whatever, dude. Big 1%. Okay. If the system doesn't literally tell them you're gonna go to jail if you don't do this, they won't fucking do it. If they could, they would pay their employees $1. If they could, they would put their employees in cages and have them all day working with no wage at all. If there's no laws against it, they would be in boxes, literally. So I mean, it's kind of dumb to say like, oh yeah, this causes this by economic effect or whatever. Nah, dude, just stop.
About 1/5 of the monthly income leaves the country.
That's a good thing also
What
because
are
you
you
don't have
talking
USA foreign aid. So this is the point. They create
Don't
jobs. I
assume
came
that.
into this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct. But listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Why?
Because you come here and say all this bullshit
Why?
about how Americans are lazy.
Why?
You push your left-wing policy.
Yeah, but if you go back to the core economics of it, right? Technically, this guy's an immigrant, brings in a lot more revenue and value for the country than this guy does. So whatever the fuck this guy says, it's a lot more valuable to the people and to the country than whatever this guy's doing. So this guy wants to battle economics and fucking stats, whatever. Here's a good stat for you. He's more valuable than you, buddy.
Americans are
I don't know
lazy.
why you say
I
that.
never said Americans are
Yes,
lazy.
you are.
The only person
You're saying
attacking
immigrants
people
have
is
to
you.
come into this country so they can do jobs that we don't want to do.
I
That's
never
exactly
said
what
those
you
words.
said.
When did I say
Oh,
it?
really? You
When did
didn't
I
say
say
that?
it? We're
So
on
why don't we-
YouTube. Guys watching on YouTube, rewind to the time where I said immigrants are doing jobs we don't want to do. When did I say those words? Words
You
never
said-
came out of my mouth.
Okay, so why
I
do
thought
we have to
we're
bring?
doing
Why do we have to bring in
assumptions, my
immigrants?
friend.
Why do we have to bring in immigrants to the country if we have people who are going to do the jobs?
Pause. You've been voted out.
It's nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
You're gonna have to go, bro.
Nice talking to you.
I think that's the main problem. I think people that are like centrist, and you need some people that are like slightly leaning right. People will say, "Oh, these are right wing," and they disregard all whatever they say, right? Because of like a lot of far right people. I think some ideologies aren't like far crazy, whatever, and there's like slightly like leaning right, leaning left. I don't give a fuck about when you label everybody as like fucking far right shit. It's like because these guys actually tarnish like it's so bad, and so does the far left. I think every far is terrible.
You're gonna have
I
to
think it's
go,
fucking
bro,
brain
is what
dead.
he said as I left, to an American citizen. Good to know where you stand on immigration. It's not
Makes
about
everyone
immigration, is
stupid.
it? That's what it's not about.
Well,
How
I'm
you doing?
slightly
Good to see
left-leaning
you. How are you?
centrist.
Not bad. So, what type of immigrants are we talking about?
What do you mean?
Like any immigrants or are
Immigrants, that's what I said. Immigrants
are illegal
overall.
immigrants?
Bro, got
Undocumented
dripped, though.
immigrants also contribute
Illegal.
greatly to the U.S. I say undocumented. I don't think people are illegal.
So, let's put it this way. I mean, I'm an immigrant too,
Are
from
you?
Iran.
Okay.
There is
Bro, this guy had a cane and a cigar. Bruh, forget about it.
Isn't even
How
a
do
He
you
US
feel
wins,
about
he
the fact
wins
that
the
people here
debate.
want you out? Are you okay with that?
I'm here to debate you, not debate them.
I mean, you're all on the same side. You're part of one group.
No.
You've been clapping each other.
No, I mean there are conservatives here, there are far right people here, there are Republicans
But how
here.
do you feel about that guy wanting me and you to leave?
But you know, let's.
I'm just
stick-
wondering. Wait, this is the topic of immigration.
It's not
how
about
do you feel
my.
about the
it's
guy?
not about my feelings towards them.
Okay.
It's about staying on this topic.
Okay.
And
Immigrants
talk
are good for America, yeah.
It's-
You and me, we're good for America. And the
So-
guy over there wants us to leave. So I'm just wondering how you feel about that.
So I believe that there has to be strict immigration laws.
Okay.
We have to make sure that the people are coming here have the good intent of the United States
Yeah.
in mind.
That's not my claim, but okay.
So
My claim is about immigrants are net positive.
if we just open our borders to every single person
No one
that wants
calls
to
for
be
open
here,
borders.
you know, that claims that they have economical hardship in their country.
Who's calling for open borders?
No, I'm just saying, you know.
Or you're just a straw man, so you're just saying a straw man.
No, I'm saying
You're
that
wasting
if
time with a straw man. No one's calling for open borders. I didn't call for open
well,
borders.
you wasted
I said
time.
immigrants who...
You
Sorry?
wasted time trying to cause division between me and my.
If people come in, they want to get rich. Okay, I don't think that's a bad thing. People want to get rich. People want to make money and be profitable. Whatever. It helps people. That's for the country, little buddy. And that's how the country sees it. That's how the country sees it anyway. Oh, you're making money legit. You want to make money? Cool. They win. Everybody wins. And the discussion.
Vision. He wants you to leave the country. That's a pretty big deal.
All right.
I mean, you can ignore
Like
it,
you
but that's
said-
your side, my friend.
Like I said,
You
you were
made
the
your
one
bet.
that tried to
Skill
derail
issue.
this argument.
Derail?
By bringing that.
It's
Even
literally
though we're
core to my
trying to-
argument. I'm saying immigrants are good to America. People on
And-
your
and
side
I
are
asked
saying
you, what
we
type
should
of-
leave. Not me.
And I asked
is
you,
he
what
my
type of
cock?
immigrants are we
No,
talking
he's
about?
not.
Are we
Immigrants
talking about
overall.
That's not what he said.
Overall.
So,
I mean, we're not gonna.
So
you want to
believe,
you want me to get into like particular communities? I'm not
so,
playing that
so
game.
you believe that people that come here without
Overall,
any
help
respect,
the society.
without any respect to our laws and our border,
No,
you know, are gonna be good for this country.
No, of course not.
So you can't say that all immigrants overall.
I never said all immigrants.
Well,
I said
you
immigrants overall. Immigrants overall doesn't mean all immigrants. Sorry to break that to you.
All right, so we have to make sure that the people are coming
This
here.
is a classic, dude, where the fucking like right and far people will be like they don't know that they'll just think that immigrant equals illegal immigrant shit. It's like, bro, like, oh man.
Have the good intent of this country in
Agreed.
mind. Agreed?
Yes.
All right,
Irrelevant
good.
to my claim,
But
but
when you
agreed.
have undocumented immigration going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
you can't vet that. You can't make sure about that. Let me real quick, talk about my background. There is no the American embassy in Iran.
Why
So
muddy the
in order
waters
to
with that
come
debate?
here, you have to stay in line for 4 years, and you have to go through some serious vetting procedure to get here. But I made it. And that process has to be in place because you don't want terrorists
But I'm
to
hold on.
fill this
I
country.
made it too. I'm an American citizen. I went through lots of vetting. I took my test.
And that's how
But the guy
how
over
it should
there
be.
wants us to leave.
But
he wants us to leave.
When people
so people don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
It's not really about vetting, is it, my
but
friend?
people should not have
You're
the
in denial.
right. People should not have the right to ignore our borders and our laws.
What about those
to
of us who
come here.
don't ignore the borders? Should we get to stay?
Of course.
But he says we shouldn't.
Well, I'm not debating him.
You kind of are because you're all
No.
together on this.
No, I'm debating you.
Okay. And I'm pointing out.
Nah, I gotta be honest with you, chat. Had guy is kind of cooking a little bit. This is bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. When you're in a debate, don't piggyback the old guys and whatever when you have somebody in front of you. Come on, bro. Come on. It's just bad. It's bad. It's bad faith. It's not. It doesn't have to debate. It's a 1v1, buddy. Don't go and say these guys have been doing this. These guys, no. It's a 1v1. It's a cage match.
Your argument is in bad faith because these guys are actually speaking the truth and you're in denial.
It's not 20v1. The concept 20v1 has always been 21v1s. It's a 20v1 because it's easier to type out. But these are 21v1s. That's how that works.
It's about who's on your side. He wants you gone.
I never claim that I'm on their side or they're on my side.
Okay.
I'm here to debate you.
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please
Thank
return
you,
to your
Nice
seat.
to meet you.
That was lame of him.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Mehdi.
Okay, chat. Today we're gonna do 100v1, where what we do, chat, is it's chat against me in the 1v1 in CS:GO or CS2, right? I'm gonna lose against 99 of you guys, and then I'm losing against everybody, 100. But one of these guys was a cheater. He actually cheated in the game, and I'm gonna go and say, guys, fucking cheaters, fucking cheater! You're really chat. You're gonna cheat. You're gonna cheat. Really? You bitch ass. Only one guy cheated. Well, now I'm piggybacking that one fucking bad actor, dumb fuck, and I'm using it as an example for everybody into all the other ones like it matters. It doesn't. It's stupid.
Nice to meet you.
The question is, immigration is good for America, right?
Overall, if you look at the net positives to things like our society.
My Mario Kart lobbies are legit 15 snipers, 8 players. What the fuck? It is what it is. It's a proven fact. I don't give a fuck. It's snipers, dude.
Our culture,
it's
our
most
food,
of the
our economy,
of the players.
General diversity. I know the D word is a bad word in places like this. I think immigrants have been a net positive. I think if you look at your everyday lives, we all benefit from immigration.
And what kind of conservatives disagree with that?
Some of the guys who told me to leave this place and go back to I'm not a citizen.
Do you think all conservatives?
No.
Oh.
No, in fact, Ronald Reagan, who's a president I wasn't a big fan of until Donald Trump came along. Now people like Reagan look good in comparison. Reagan said in 1986, our country is a nation of immigrants. Our immigrant heritage is our strength. He gave an amnesty to 3 million undocumented migrants. He understood the value of immigration. So I'm with Reagan.
Yeah,
Although
I'm
this
with
guy's
Reagan.
putting his thumb down there. So
I'm with
Reagan's not
Reagan,
popular in right-wing crowds these days.
Yeah. Well, he's popular with me.
Good to hear.
I'm a deferred action of childhood arrivals. I was an illegal immigrant myself. I came here when I was 10. I'm what you would call a legal alien now. I didn't have any say on my parents.
Yo, at this point, this you chat. Hey, yo, chat. This is my most radical take, chat. Here it comes. Ready? They should do an undercover psyop type thing where they go and it's not ICE, but it's some other agency that's under radar, right? They go to these places that they know have undocumented migrants, whatever, right? And they put them into a program where they give them citizenship. Hold on. As long as they get to track the data of what they're doing, and if they commit crimes or not, right? And then they go, hey guys, look, last 10 years, we actually ran a study on 10,000 illegal migrants Look what they've been doing. And it's like, fantastic, good, no, whatever. Boom. This is a checkmate. That would be, how would that not be an absolute checkmate? It'd be, and then make a program where people that are, let's say, enter legally, it is a problem. There's a lot of them. What if, perhaps, path to citizenship, boom, you check in, you're given some number, like, and whatever, you do good, boom, you get it. Also, unclog the whole fucking backlog system of dog shit. That's what I say.
You know, choices.
That's what I say.
Yes.
Do I think that they were well-meaning by
That's what I say.
wanting to bring me over for a better future? Absolutely. I believe that.
Yeah.
Did they break the law? Yes. Do I agree with people breaking the law? Not necessarily. Do I think that there's ever a situation where you can break the law for the better or the greater good? You know, immigration is it's an interesting issue because I do agree with you that
good to hear.
Everyone is an immigrant in the sense like.
Is he gonna cry? What the fuck? Is this guy okay? Yo, this guy's on like DMT or some shit. This guy's on a K-hole.
Can you tell me a little bit more about
This guy's K-holing or some shit like that. Something's going on with him.
your journey?
I've been here 10 years. I'm a proud American citizen. I'm a dual national. I'm British. I'm American. And I am an immigrant who's contributing to this country. So, yes, I'm very much proud of America's immigrant heritage. I'm part of it. And despite what one of the other people said on this show earlier, yeah, everyone here, unless you're Native American,
All right,
is a descendant of
pause.
immigrants.
Sorry, you've been voted out.
course.
Please return to your seat.
Thank you, man.
Nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Actually a fan. I see you a lot on Piers Morgan.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Yeah. So my argument
What
is
is
that,
that?
Americans are what is a nation? A nation is a geographical location full of people who have some things in common. So I think some of the things typically in history are going to be like race, religion, ethnicity, language. These are some of the things that we have to have in common in order to actually have a functioning civilization, especially in self-government. I'm not necessarily a giant fan of self-government. I'm a Catholic nationalist. I'm not a fascist. You have to have at least some things in common in order to actually have a civilization.
Yo, you know what they need to do? They need to fucking do AI lawyers, AI courts, AI judges. I said it before. AI the whole system, speedrun all the fucking cases, unclog the fucking bullshit backlog of immigration shit. Fucking AI the whole thing. I don't give a shit. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I give you a solution. You know what? Then give me a better solution, dumbass. AI. We need clankers. Once they're done, you kick the clankers. I don't give a fuck. Kick them. I don't give a shit. Okay, you have to use them. It's what they're made for, man. They're made to be used. The fucking clankers. Why don't they use them?
And the immigrants, especially illegal immigrants that come into this country now, disrespect us. They hate everything that we believe. They don't even speak our language. I watched, after Trump got elected, I watched an interview of an illegal alien woman crying and about getting deported, and the entire interview was in Spanish. That is a spit in the face. It's disrespect. They don't care about us. They abuse our system.
So
and
you've gone from a teleological argument into just a bunch of series of wild, unsubstantiated
claims.
Jesus
Christ. I don't accept any of those claims that they hate everything we stand.
First gen immigration doesn't have perfect English. Oh man, this is like this is like a level 1 argument, like level 1 out of like 60 levels.
Well, I'm not going to deal with the teleology. I'm going to deal with the false claims that you made. There's no what's your basis for saying that all immigrants or all undocumented immigrants hate everything we stand for? It's funny that you said you're a Catholic nationalist. How did most Catholics get to America? Irish Catholics, Italian Catholics. Immigration. Much of the people coming across the southern border are Catholics.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
So it's really funny that you say you're a Catholic nationalist, but Catholics came to America via immigration.
Yeah, so
immigration is good for America. You and I can agree. Otherwise, people of your faith wouldn't be here.
No. We were here on this side of the world,
When?
on this continent,
Wasn't that like
from conquest. We came over here, and
But the big surges of numbers, as you well know, because you're a smart guy, Italian, Irish immigration waves, Catholic immigration waves.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, and I'm not even
Are you
claiming.
against those?
I'm not even
Were
claiming.
you against those if you were alive
I'm
then?
not even claiming that
'Cause
immigration
a lot of people
is
were
bad.
against those.
I'm not claiming immigration is bad in all cases at all times.
What is your claim?
My claim is that
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna say it. Here it comes.
immigration, especially now, and especially for foreign people that have nothing in common with us.
Oh, classic. Nothing in common. Blah blah blah. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. We get it. The other guys that came in before, the Italians or whatever, these guys are white. The guys are coming in. they're not white. That makes me mad. Just say how it is. The problem that I got, Chad, with some of these far right guys is that they don't stand on business. They don't stand on business. They go and say Giga Chad this on the internet. Brother, stand on business. Say, yo, dude, I like when immigrants white. I don't like when not white. Just fucking say it, buddy. Just stand on business. Sorry, at least we know. Otherwise, we're just tippy toeing around the circle, buddy.
It's especially
a negative
now.
thing.
I forgot your name. My apologies.
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, how many
in every era there has been a Brian who says, "I'm not against immigration, just immigration now."
Okay.
This is what people said about Italians. It's what people said
That's
about Irish folks.
unfortunate, sorry.
Said about Russians, Poles, and now we're saying about
why
people
should
coming
I care
across the
about
southern
that?
border. Because you're not being you're
Why
being a
are-
little disingenuous saying
Okay.
I'm only against immigrants now. This is a trope.
that disingenuous?
This is because it's a trope that's been used by nativists throughout American history.
No.
And every wave of immigrants has come in and faced the same hate and animus and bigotry and lazy tropes. And every wave of immigration has ultimately
Well, I think-
assimilated, integrated, benefited the
let me
country. In
make
fact,
a-
assimilation right now, according to Jacob Victor from the University of Washington, assimilation rates based on language and citizenship and naturalization are higher now than 100 years ago.
Okay, let me make a statement first. I think that you in
You
your own
ignored my statement, but okay.
you in your own person are a complete perfect example of why immigration is
Well, I mean, okay. Well, 100 years ago, I think is a little far back to pull that. I think, in my opinion, just because of advancement in education, in everything, that access to education or whatever. Bro, people are gonna learn faster these days anyway. I'm confused. That's gonna happen. People learn faster. Yeah.
Negative, and why we shouldn't allow people
Wow.
who
Why?
don't have anything in
Why?
common with us. You're pro-abortion. You're pro-euthanasia. You're pro.
I'm
you're
pro-euthanasia? I thought
Yeah,
that-
you went. Yeah, I've seen your stuff. You've defended euthanasia.
Pro-euthanasia?
Yeah, on Piers Morgan.
No, I've never discussed euthanasia with Piers Morgan in my life.
Okay, so my point is that you don't agree
Actually,
with
I'm
the
the guy
founders
here.
of this country.
If anyone watching at home, I'm the only guy here who actually supports American values, democracy, free speech, the Constitution. I've
Yeah.
got folks here telling me
Why-
they don't believe in democracy,
Why should
that they're nationalists.
wait? Why should we care about that? By the way,
Isn't that what America stands for? What does America
No,
stand
no,
for?
why-
so
why-
you hate what America stands for, not
No,
me.
I'm not even
And in
saying-
fact, all the studies show that immigrants actually are more
So
patriotic
the only reason,
than
the only,
native-born
re-
Americans.
the only reason why, that's the Mexicans in LA right now burning it down, waving Mexican flags.
LA's being burned down?
Please don't send us back to the country that we're waving the flag of.
I've been in LA for a few
Ooh.
days. I didn't see anything burned down.
Yeah, I know the
Where?
riots have ended. That's because Trump sent.
But if
in
it's burned
the
down,
military.
where's it all burned down? I haven't seen
They
it. I've
firebombed
traveled around all of
cars.
LA.
They
You said
firebombed
LA was
Waymos.
burned down. LA
Yeah,
is
it's a
500
figure
square
of
miles.
speech.
It's
Yeah,
not a
but
figure of speech.
I'm
It's another
saying
false
that they're
claim of
burning.
yours.
No, they're burning
I support
buildings.
euthanasia. LA's burned to the ground.
Bro, just
Immigrants hate
relax,
what we stand
relax.
for.
Okay, so
I'm super
so
relaxed.
you're pro-abortion.
But you're just saying one
Where's
false thing after
no,
another.
so you're pro-abortion,
And I'm
right?
standing by my position.
You're-
Immigrants are good
You're
for
pro-abortion. You're an immigrant.
I'm
Where's
pro
the-
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah,
Personally, I'm not pro-abortion. If you knew anything about me, you know that.
Roe v. Wade is.
All right, pause. You've been voted out.
I was going to say nice to meet you, Brian, but I guess not.
It's lagging again. I need to get the feed itself.
Made it.
Great to
Nice
see
to meet
you.
you. Mehdi.
My name is Cyrus.
Nice to meet you, Cyrus.
I am also son of 2 immigrants, came in legally. I'm also Persian descent.
Fantastic.
Born in LA.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Terrangelis.
Yes, yes. Well, I am mainly upset, not at the immigrants, legal or not. I'm mainly upset at Wall Street. I'm mainly upset at the
Same.
elites, the special interests.
Fair enough. This guy seems like he's gonna be on a good stride. Surely not. He's gonna... Desmond!